Hello everybody, welcome back to another episode of Just What I'm playing Final Fantasy XIV. Last episode we finished off both Summoner, just basically everything. Summoner, Arcanist. I think we only did Summoner and Arcanist and then finished off the hunting log from both Ninja and... Rogue, I guess, and Arcanist. So yeah, all of that is done right now. Just really nice. So in this episode we're gonna go and unlock the final 3 jobs. From A Realm Reborn in any case, because if you take a look at classes and jobs, well, unless if you count the freaking Disciple of Hand and Land, but that is for a little bit later. So yeah, we can only get Conjurer anymore, Archer, and then Lancer, because all these other jobs are from later expansions. Blue Mage is also in A Realm Reborn, but that is going to be an interesting one. Don't really know when I'm gonna do it and how I'm gonna do it. I'm still actually even working on that on my personal character. The thing is, Blue Mage can go up to level 70 and not any higher. And you kind of need it to be level 70 for a lot of stuff, and it's confusing and weird. So let's just focus on the ones that I understand. Greetings, adventurer, and welcome to the Archers Guild. It is here that archers the realm over gather to master the bow. We engage the enemy from a distance, ever seeking to alter the course of battle with a single well-placed arrow. If you have a mind to become an archer, then you have come to the right place. Do you wish to join our ranks? Yes. Marvelous, then allow me to enlighten you on a history of both our art and the guild. The bow is an ancient tool that has existed since before our fair nation came into being. As an implement of war and hunting both, it protects us from our enemies even as it keeps us fed and clothed. Archery as practiced in Gridania was born in 2 distinct styles of bowmanship. The first was devised by the longbow sentries of the Elezen, who once ruled the lowlands, while the second belonged to the shortbow hunters of the formerly nomadic Mikote. As you will doubtless be aware, both races ultimately came to call the 12 suit home. Though the 2 people began as rivals, they gradually learned to live together in harmony. During this time, they learned from one another. Their 2 schools of archery intermingled to give birth to the art it is known today. But this wouldn't have been possible were it not for the Trappers League. The guild was established in order to promote sustainable hunting in cooperation with the hunting fraternity at large. As a happy consequence of this union, the guild's members came to engage in friendly contests of skill. Inspired by such competitions, a handful of their number began to focus on perfection as opposed to mere practicality, transforming a skill into what may be termed an art. These individuals would go on to form a guild of their own. Aye, the Archers Guild, where men and women gathered to attain mastery over the bow. More than a few members of the God's Quiver loosed their first arrows within these very halls. And that, my friend, is a brief story of archery in Gridania. Doubtless you are more eager than ever to take up the bow. It would be my pleasure to recommend you to our guildmaster. You must receive her permission if you are to join us. If you would excuse me a moment, I shall see to it that the relevant lists are amended. Pray speak to me again in a short while. So, are you resolved to join the Archers Guild? The look in your eyes bespeaks your determination. It would be my pleasure to refer you to Guildmaster Lucian. Lest you worry unduly, Lucian is an affable and kind-hearted woman. Even those not of the guild have known to seek her counsel on various matters, and ever have they been given fair hearing. Lucian awaits you in the training area yonder. Present yourself before her and impress upon her your desire to join the guild. Jeez. Hello, Lucian. Greetings, adventurer. I am told you wish to join our ranks. I am Lucian, the master of the Archers Guild, and I bid you welcome. Our doors are open to all who have the will to learn. Allow me to explain the basics of our art and offer you a foretaste of that which we teach the members of our guild. The bow's greatest advantage is its range. Unlike those arms used in other disciplines of war, it allows one to strike at the enemy from afar. Though the bow may not boast the destructive force of a sword or spear, its myriad strategic applications more than compensate for this shortcoming. An experienced archer can mobilize an enemy by striking a leg or sap its strength with a poisoned arrow. Rise to become a virtuoso of archery, and a veritable deluge of death will be yours to rain down upon your foes. By fighting from a distance, we can better assess the battlefield and thereby determine the most advantageous course of action. This is of paramount import, as our role in battle is to exploit an enemy's weaknesses. With the requisite placement and timing, but a single arrow may serve to turn the tide. To this end, the guild seeks to instill a discerning eye within its members, that they might learn to strike at vulnerabilities, swiftly and surely. Now, any half-wit can bend the bow, but it is no simple undertaking to become a skilled archer. You must be prepared for a long and arduous journey. Are you resolved to complete that journey? That is well. From this moment forth, you may consider yourself one of our number. Now lend me your hunting log, if you would. I shall add to it the names of such creatures as would provide a fitting challenge to an archer. And to help you on your way, I bestow upon you this short bow. Arm yourself with your new weapon and then speak to me again. I would have you undertake a trial to gauge your fitness to join the guild. Complete. Way of the Archer. Archer unlocked. Let's go and... Let's go and not do that. Wait, what? Why? Is it... Okay, I guess. Boy. So many things in my armory chest. Balls. This is actually really annoying. I guess I could technically just go and put these in my inventory, though, honestly. These pieces of artifact gear. Is there a reason why I'm not wearing these two? Okay. What the fuck? That's... Oh. So if I... Okay, so if I remove things from my armory chest, that may... Okay, that's interesting. So by removing things from my armory chest, it makes the game forget that I had it, question mark? This is very interesting. So the theory that I had, I can't really do, apparently. Alright then. Cool, I guess. Let's go and just return some other things to my inventory then, I guess. I guess it's like the really lower level things for a little bit. Especially like the casting gear, honestly. That should normally provide me enough space to do this. Thank you. Right, recommended gear. Outstanding. Simply outstanding this is. I guess this is what happens when... Yeah, this just happens. Oh well. No, not Scholar. I want to create a new one. Create a new thing for Archer. My first bow. Ah yes, the bow becomes you, Lyn. Now, before proceeding any further, I must needs gauge your innate aptitude for archery. To this end, I hereby assign you the following trial. Slay the squirrels, ladybugs, and fangars that roam just around the city gates. 3 of each should suffice. In so doing, you will provide your fitness. You will prove your fitness to join the Archer's Guild. It goes without saying that you must do so using your bow. Report back to me when a task is accomplished. Go now, Lyn, and earn your place within these halls. Also, I guess I could just, you know... I think I should just go and equip my stuff over here. There we go. I'm gonna leave that thing out of my life, though. I guess I could wear a beret, technically. If I unequip this, it's gonna go into my armor chest, right? Balls. Why? Ah, pain. Inventory, all of my inventory pain in one video. Anyway, say hello to my little friend. the archer. Let me go into my mount guide and get my chocobo back in here. So, also limit break, shouldn't forget about that. General limit break. So, what do you have? Heavy shot. Delivers an attack with a potency of 160. And that's all. Let's go and get our next one then, which will be at the Lancers Guild. Hello. Welcome to the Lancers Guild adventure. If you seek to refine your skills with the polearm, then you have come to the right place. Here at the Lancers Guild, spear wielders gather to train with one another and further hone their abilities under the tutelage of our fine instructors. Do you seek membership with us? Very well, I shall provide you with an insight into the history of our guild. More than just an instrument of war, the spear is also a tool for hunting. And with game ever plentiful in the Tallswood, the weapon has been the mainstay of the locals here since before the founding of Gridania. With the passing of time, our nation became a gathering place for spearmasters from across the realm, many eager to test their mettle against the famed might of our wood whalers. And it was here in Gridania that their myriad fighting styles came into contact, eventually giving rise to the arts taught here today. That spear technique could be formalized at all That spear technique could be formalized at all oaths. That is such a fucking weird sentence. Owed much to the founding of the Lancers Guild by wood whaler Captain Mistal nigh on a century past. The tradition of accepting students from without as well as within Gridania's borders persists to this day, ensuring that the art of the polearm may not only survive but also continue to evolve. Well, there you have it. I hope this brief history of the guild has helped settle any doubts in your mind. The Lancers Guild is always eager to welcome new initiates. If you have a will to enlist, speak with me again and we can begin the enrollment procedure. Well then, have you made up your mind to enlist in the Lancers Guild? Excellent. I shall let the Guildmaster Ewain know to expect you. All who seek admittance to our rank must present themselves before him. He will judge if you are fit to become one of us. Pray make your way to the training area within. Our Guildmaster awaits you there. My boy. Well met, adventurer. I understand you wish to learn the Lancer's art under our roof. I see you have some combat experience, yet it remains to be seen if such skills as you have acquired will avail you here. But no matter, in my capacity as Guildmaster, I shall guide your training beginning with the very basics, the principles of our art. There exist myriad fighting styles, each of which has its own unique qualities. None, however, can claim to be as offensively minded as ours. Our approach is ever one of attack, no matter who or what we face. An experienced lancer is able to wield a polearm as if it were an extension of his body. He transforms into a raging storm before his foes, delivering a barrage of devastating thrusts and slashes. To facilitate such a relentless assault, we lancers forgo plate, favoring armor of leather and chains as materials as provide adequate protection without unduly hindering our movement. A lancer's worth may be measured quite simply in how swiftly and decisively he can pierce his enemy's defenses. By its nature, the polearm is a simple weapon to wield, for good or ill, even in a farmer's hands. It is capable of wreaking considerable havoc, thus has it been a mainstay of every great army since ancient times. Yet know that a lance alone does not a lancer make. Faced with unfavorable odds, an unseasoned spearman will break formation and flee without a moment's hesitation. A true lancer, however, flinches not before his enemies, for he knows not the meaning of fear. Ever does he press forward, disdainful of the odds, that he might pierce the enemy line and open a path to victory. Needless to say, doing so requires no small amount of courage, and that is why our guild has striven from the first to instill this essential quality in every soul who passes through our halls. Arduous trials await you should you join our ranks. Knowing this, have you the resolve to wield the lance? Well said, adventurer. I see no reason to deny you a place within our ranks. But I neglected to introduce myself. I am Ewain, Master of the Guild. Pleasantries duly exchanged, I shall add to your hunting log the names of the creatures against which a lancer might hone his skills. In celebration of the occasion, I hereby present you with your very own spear. Arm yourself with it and speak to me once more. I would have you undertake your first task, a trial to be precise. Right, cool. Way of the Lancer. Alright, my friends, I will be right back though. There we go. So, by leveling up to level 3, because of this freaking quest XP, we learned Straight Shot. So, whenever you use Heavy Shot, delivers an attack with a potency of 160. Whenever you hit it, it has a 20% chance of becoming a Straight Shot ready. So you basically use this, and then there's a 20% chance that you will get a buff called Straight Shot ready. And then, when you have that buff, you can then use Straight Shot, which delivers an attack with a potency of 200. So, it's an interesting thing. It's not particularly like a combo, because it's not guaranteed, so it's a little bit different. Right, let's go and equip a spear. And let me go and add a new thing. And add it to my hotbar. And then talk to Yowain. So you were able to discern one end of the spear from the other. Good. You're doubtless eager to put your new weapon to the test, which is well, for I too have a test in mind, or rather a trial. In order to develop an affinity with your weapon and learn to gauge such things as distance, you are to go forth and pit yourself against the creatures that roam just outside the city. The squirrels, ladybugs, and fungors should provide you with a suitable challenge. Put down, let us say, 3 of each, and then report back to me. Right, let me also go and remove you. And add my Shugbu. So, you just begin with True Thrust, which just is an attack with a potency of 170. But we will get to that once we actually enter combat. But we must needs. We must first go and get ourselves our final job, which would be Conjurer, aka White Mage. Dead bodies everywhere. What a freaking quest name, Jesus. Right, Asumiyan. That is not. I was like, why do I even need to go and talk to the Guildmaster to get this? Well met, adventurer. You are come to Stillglade Fane, home of the Conjurers Guild. We conjurers harness the power of earth, wind, and water that abound in nature, and thereby weave spells of healing and protection. Ever do we seek noble souls to initiate into our mysteries. Might you be such a soul? Come to join the guild? Then allow me to provide you with an overview of what it is to become a conjurer. Conjury is the art of healing and purification. Its practitioners harness the power of nature, that they might bring about change in the form of spells. Primitive magic, such as the ones wrought by individuals known as mages, meaning those with the ability to manipulate ether, has existed since the dawn of time. It was not until some 5 centuries ago that conjury emerged from the shapeless agglomeration of spells and charms, an event which led to the founding of Gridanian. In those dark days, the elementals would not suffer man's presence in the Twelfth Wood, forcing our forebears to make their homes beneath the earth, in the great subterranean city of Gelmora. But their desire to settle in the Twelfth Wood continued to burn fiercely. Time and again, they sought to curry the elementals' favor. Unlike men and other creatures bound in temples of flesh, the elementals are beings of pure ether. Recognizing this, the mages of Eld reasoned that their talents for etheric manipulation might allow them to communicate, or commune, with these theretofore enigmatic entities. It took 5 long decades, but the forebears finally succeeded. Their reward, the elementals' permission to dwell in the Twelfth Wood. So it was that the nation of Gridanian was born. Since that time, the elementals have taught us to live as one with nature, speaking to all Gridanians through the hearers, those mages who are able to commune with them. And for their intimacy with the elementals, the hearers would go on to attain greater mastery over the forces of nature. Thus did they conceive the art of conjuring. And that, my most attentive listener, is a brief history of conjuring. If you have a mind to walk our path, I wholeheartedly recommend you join our guild. It would be my pleasure to explain the initiation process to you. Please speak with me again when you're ready. Is your mind made up? Are you ready to join the Conjurers Guild? That is well. I shall introduce you to our guildmaster, Brother Esumiyan. Brother Esumiyan presides over the Conjurers Guild, even as he serves the nation as a hero. You will find him in the meditation area within. Go to him and make known your desire to join the guild. That's a lot of words. Some dude is just sleeping. Greetings, adventurer. I am told you wish to become a conjurer of still great fame. I am Brother Esumiyan, master of this guild. Before you are formally accepted into our ranks, I would impart to you the principles of conjuring. Pray attend me well. Conjury is an arcane art that takes life and the living for its domain. Its primary purpose is the salving of hurts and the granting of protection. Adventurers such as yourself oft stand upon the front line of battle. Owing to this, you are like to find yourself in many situations where a capacity for healing would be advantageous. Mind you, there's more to conjury than that. By harnessing the power of earth, wind, and water, conjurers are also capable of weaving spells that wreak havoc. In terms of sheer destructive force, conjury may pale in comparison to thaumaturgy, but its capacity to defend one against aggression more than compensates for this relative shortcoming. In mastering healing and purification, not only will you be able to mend wounds and purge afflictions, you will also be able to breathe life back into the fallen. More than simply healers, yet not true dealers of destruction, conjurers realize their full potential when they employ their powers in support of others. This, my dear adventurer, is what it means to be one of us. Mayhap that was a bit too much to grasp upon a single hearing, but worry not, for the meaning of my words will become clear to you in due time. Aye, you will come to understand that conjury is not the sole province of the conjurer. Should you wish to walk our path, I must need ask that you solemnly vow to embrace nature, to heed the will of the elementals and the 12 sword alike. Can you make this vow? I knew your answer ere your lips parted, yet I am no less pleased to hear it. By the power vested in me, I hereby name you a member of the Conjurers Guild. If you would be so kind as to lend me your hunting luck, I shall add to it the names of such creatures as would pose a suitable challenge to a conjurer. And to make this momentous occasion, I present to you this cane. Though it may be old and weathered, it will serve you well as you take your first steps upon the path of the conjurer. Take up your cane, then, and present yourself to me once more. I would assign you your first task as a conjurer of still great fame. Alright, quest complete. I'm gonna fill in my glass again because I've been doing a lot of freaking reading. As we unlock Conjurer. Good old Conjurer. Wanna know something relatively interesting, if you do not know it already? I probably mentioned it already, but whatever. I started this game off as a Conjurer, as a white mage. Which, my friends, was... let me just say interesting. Just in general, interesting. It was not the easiest path I could have chosen. But oh well. As the first thing we get is stone, which just deals earth damage. My first cane. The part of Conjurer becomes you, then. Without further ado, I shall assign you your first task as a Conjurer of still great fame. Just beyond the city gates, you will encounter squirrels, ladybugs, and fungors. I would have you slay 3 of each. Lest you wonder how I can so coolly order the taking of life, I know that things are not as they once were. As a consequence of the calamity, and I may add, through no fault of their own, these creatures have become a burden to the 12 Sword, a burden it cannot well bear. As a conjurer, it is your duty to carry out the will of the forest, and by employing your powers in so doing, you will come to learn something of your art. Go now, Lynn, and perform your first task in the name of the elementals. For the elementals! Let us go to Bent Branch Meadow. I was like, where's my mount? Forgot to add it. There we go. Now I'm thinking about it though, I did kind of forget to empty out my weapon stash. As you can quite clearly see, it's a little bit full of a lot of shit. I will go, you know what? Is this are you a merchant and mender? Yes. Excellent. Let me go and sell these things that I do not need. This book's one of those two. Right? Yeah. Let's see. I'm not gonna sell the green things because they are I would say... Well, the thing is, I can just turn them into seals. So I will just sell my normal... not rare stuff. Yeah, and then all of this stuff I will turn into seals. Yeah. As I have even more hiccups. Alright. Let us cast stone over and over and over. My god, I forgot how anticlimactic normal stone is. When you compare it to like the later versions of the spell. It really sounds like you're hitting the enemy with just like a pebble. There we go. We reach level 2 and we learn our first healing spell. Normal cure. Just a good old cure 1. You will be spamming this thing a lot. In the not so distant future. Let's see. Because I did put some of this gear in my... So it's level 5 stuff that I have over here. It's like basically the hempen hat, and that's all. Right, so let's go and kill another one of these. The little ladybugs. Kill. Also, we learned a new spell, Arrow. Arrow is your dot. Basically. When damage... so it basically, like, the nice thing about Arrow is the fact that it does the damage when you hit the enemy, basically. And then it also does the potency damage, like the dot damage, the damage over time. Which I personally quite like, because it's something that you can spam while you're running. There we go, we reached level 5. Right, we go and equip the hempen hat. And then kill one more forest fungor. Alright. And now let's go and switch over to Miyache. And start shooting the buggers. There it is, straight shot ready. And then I can use a straight shot. Increasing my damage. This is just a damage buff. Increases damage by like 15%. Has a long cooldown though, so kind of want to use that in what people would refer to as a burst window. Where you use as many damage increasing buffs as you can. And just wrecking faces. I'm not a DPS main, so I could be saying things entirely wrong. Right, let's go and kill these ground squirrels then. This definitely makes me feel nostalgic though. Dealing with these enemies around here. Alright. That's all of them. However, I should probably go and kill another one of them. Because they're in my hunting log. Let's go and switch over to Lancer then. And then stab him too. I'm basically just going on a freaking murder spree around the city walls. As we learn our second combo thing, Vorpal Thrust. Does 250 potency and is comboed with True Thrust. the usual. The usual for like a melee DPS. Let's go and kill the Fangors. What am I doing? I did not need to kill this thing. Just going on autopilot, just killing everything. Congratulations, you're a murderer. Oh. There we go. As I level up again and I learn Life Surge. Ensures critical damage for first weapon skill used while Life Surge is active. Effect cannot be applied to damage over time. Additional effect is absorbs a portion of damage dealt as HP. So you would use this basically on your strongest skill. On the thing that would do the most amount of damage output. Let's go and... Oopsie. Equip some of these things over here. So I'm now level 5, which means that I can get some more things. I'm also going to kill this little ladybug, because it's on my list. There we go. As we learn Leg Grace, which is something that I rarely use. Inflicts a target with heavy. I think heavy is like better though. You have like another one that also binds enemies, but when enemies are binded, it means that you... So, this is... wow, this is for some kind of reason difficult for me to explain. When they are binded, they will not be able to move, but they will only not be able to move so long as nothing attacks them. So, from the moment that you hit them, then they are able to move again, so what's the freaking point? I also got Venomous Bite, which is one of our dots. Delivers an attack with a potency of 100 and has a potency, like a dot potency of 15. And a duration of 45 seconds, which is pretty dang nice. Right. Let us go to the Archer Guild. The Archery Guild. Welcome back, Lynn. They would seem you have successfully completed the trial. You have proven yourself worthy of a place within these halls. It is with pleasure that I name you an Archer of the Guild. As fellows of the path, let us strive together. Let us together strive for greater mastery of our art. Now, though you may be a member of the Archers Guild, know that your seniors will not coddle you with personal attention. It is up to you to seek out the experiences you need to grow as an archer. Be wary of a first step. I encourage you to practice proper technique. Loose arrow after arrow, paying attention to form until the movement becomes second nature. When drawing your bowstring has become as natural to you as drawing breath, and the world seems clearer when viewed down the shaft of an arrow, return to me. Go well, my young apprentice. Right. Good morrow to you, Lynn. I felt that it was about time you returned. Have you grown more accustomed to the bow? Before we go any further, I wish to ensure that you have grasped the fundamental essence of archery. Tell me, Lynn, do you truly understand what it means to see clearly? To see clearly is not merely to look, it is to observe with intent. Fail to do this, and no amount of talent with a bow will avail you. An archer must remain vigilant for any trace of his target, overlooking the smallest detail lest it prove crucial to the realization of his purpose. He must, in short, see clearly. The coming task will test your powers of observation. A number of targets have been hidden throughout the city. I would have you seek out and destroy them. Each will fall easily to your heavy shot technique. When you have completed the task, return to me, and we shall continue. Let me see, because I don't have anything else, right? No? I'm gonna check, actually. Because I'm a little bit curious now. When is my first... Let me go and see, because... I have a lot of stuff in here. 18, 24, 20... 10 over here. And then 8. Okay. Yay! Archer butt. Destroy the targets. Hits the targets. The freaking classic smash burst thing. Is it smash targets, hit the targets? I don't remember. It has been a long time since I did that. I can see an archery butt over there. And one over there. And now there's apparently another one somewhere. There should be another one around here somewhere. But the truest question is, where? Down there, I knew it. Sneaky little bugger. And then one more over there. Right, back to the Archers Guild. Hello. Ah, you have returned. I trust you have begun to comprehend the crucial importance of seeing clearly. The next trial will test your powers of observation in battle. Travel to the north route and there put down 8 Microcus and 8 Oppo-Oppos. In contrast to the inanimate and wholly unthreatening targets of the previous trial, these creatures may be relied upon to move around and fight back. Nor are those the only differences. Being comparatively numerous, Microcus and Oppos are anything but difficult to find. And yet you may be assured that this task will test your powers of observation, albeit in a different manner. This time you will need to evaluate the abilities of your opponent. In so doing, you will learn, amongst other things, that Microcus produce a poison that can quickly sap one's strength, while Oppo-Oppos, like archers, possess the advantage of range. Knowing their strength, how you will go about mitigating them. Knowing their strength, how will you go about mitigating them? If you commence your attack before identifying an effective strategy, you will soon be made to regret your folly. But if you take your time to observe your targets from afar, you will surely glean the knowledge necessary to defeat them. I look forward to hearing from your success, Lynn. My god. So much dialogue. Right, let's go to the Lancers Guild next. So we are back. I trust you have learned something of the essence of our art. A Lancer learns best when he is doing. Each thrust makes making him stronger. Such things as strategy and technique will come in time. And never forget, courage. Without it, you cannot hope to realize your potential. Your luck betrays no hint of doubt. That as well. It is clear you see the truth in my words. That will be all for the present. Now, take up your weapon, sally forth, and cut a path for yourself. When next we meet, I hope to see you stronger for your time out in the world. Custom made scale mail, wow. Oh, I got rid of that custom made stuff. I remember now. Does look good actually. Nice. Ah, you've returned. I take from your presence that you have gained a measure of familiarity with your weapon. Good. You're ready to begin the next phase of your training. You will recall my telling you that it takes no small amount of courage to be a Lancer. Now, in general terms, courage is a strength to do something which one finds unnerving. However, a Lancer's notion of courage is not so simple. Having first drawn a distinction between courage and recklessness, he then divides the former into 2 aspects. I would have you learn each with spear in hand. The first is composure. When outnumbered in battle, a Lancer may lose his composure and succumb to panic. Should this happen, all of his training will swiftly flee his mind, and he will struggle to overcome opponents whom he would ordinarily have bested with ease. He will, in short, contribute to his own defeat. If you wish to become a Lancer in sooth, you must learn to maintain your composure at all times. Do this and you will be able to call upon every ounce of strength of your strength and skill when it matters most. And so to your first task. The riverbanks of the Central Shroud are home to vile king known as Yarzon. Fiercely territorial, the creatures will attack anyone who strays too close, making them the bane of fisherfolk. They typically fall upon their prey en masse, barring all avenues of escape before closing in for the kill. What must go through the minds of their victim in that instant? Panic? Despair? Be sure to tell me upon your return. Needless to say, I would have you brave such an encounter. Take the sack of decidedly noisome bait, and use it to lure the ever-ravenous creatures out of their nest. It may be that only one curious Yarzon appears, but what if 2 or 3 follow the scent? Let us see how you fare then. Go now, my young Lancer, and learn what it means to fight with composure. So much stuff. Right. We're also going to equip the hempen hat. Welcome back, Lyn. The elementals have told me of your success. By placing yourself in the midst of nature and seeing it with a conjurer's eyes, you have taken your first step along the path to enlightenment, healing, protection, and destruction. Though our spells vary in function, they all derive their power from the same source, the forces embodied in all creation. By gaining a true understanding of these, a conjurer may call upon them to manipulate his environment, thereby realizing the state of being that he desires. Ah yes, yours is a familiar look, the very picture of confusion. Be not disheartened, for comprehension shall come in due time. For now you must learn to reach out to the forces embodied in each of us. Pray hearken to mine instructions. Breathe deep and open your eyes to that which cannot be seen. Feel the myriad life around you and draw upon this boundless reservoir of energy. Take up your cane and use it to lend that energy form. Go forth, my young conjurer, and be at one with the world. Return to me when you have learned to draw upon the forces around you, with the selfsame ease you draw upon those within. Trial by Earth. It is good to see you again, Lyn. By the air of serenity that surrounds you, it is plain that you have learned to draw upon the energy of creation. I am glad. It is the wellspring of all our power. Yet the energy of creation is not one thing, but many. And to call upon all without first knowing its conjury at its most basic. As a part of your continuing education, it is my desire that you now learn about the element of earth. Make your way to the Blessed Bud in the North Shroud, and there partake of Hearer Nolanel's wisdom. The depth of his affinity for the elementals of rock and soil is all but unique amongst conjurers. And he is a gifted instructor besides. You may be certain of receiving a most enlightening lesson on the subject of earth. I think that this may be my final episode for today. A matter of perspective. This is a trial by Earth? Yeah, okay. Let's go and do that one first. Oh, hello. While I am here, might as well kill some enemies for the hunting log. The hunting log does usually like take you to bring you close to enemies that you need to beat for the hunting log. Side quests and story locations and all that jazz usually take you pretty dang close to these. There we go. As I level up again. Let's... You seek here Nolanel, then you seek no more, for you have found him. What can I do for you, friend? So Brother Eisumiyan bid you come to me to learn of the element of earth. That is well. The power of earth is the solid foundation upon which a conjurer stands. I could happily lecture you for days on its intricate variations and properties, but I rather suspect a busy life and adventure would not afford the time required for such extended discourse. Accordingly, I shall offer you an opportunity to experience the qualities of earth firsthand, in combat. Now mark you well in and do exactly as I command. East of here, in a grant of three speak stables, there exists a patch of soil that bears the mark of corruption. Seek it out. When you have found the place, reach out to the forces of the Earth's trauma and attempt to commune with it, as all conjurers can. Resentful of your intrusion, the tainted being that feasts unseen upon the energies seeping from the wounded Earth shall then appear. Using the power of conjuries, strike it down and permit the land a chance to heal. Much of the nature of Earth will be revealed to you during the struggle. Then, I trust you will return to me a wiser woman than she who now departs. Man, oh man, dialogue. The black soil. Or the corrupted soul. Soul, the corrupted soul. No, soil. So we fight ourselves a tainted earth sprite. Ah yes, the Battle of the Stone. There we go. Oh. It has been healed. Okay, starting the cutscene. Welcome back, Lynn. The elementals whisper of your accomplishments. How did it feel to confront that embodiment of Earth? To endure its onslaught? Has the crushing power of this element shaken the very marrow of your bones? Corruption occurs when the land's wounds are prevented from healing. In vanquishing the tainted sprite, you permitted the land's energies to flow unimpeded and to nourish the land once more. Can you not sense the strength of the earth returning? Already the land begins to heal, thanks to your actions that fail to once again bear bountiful crops. When next you have reason to call upon your art, look back upon this task and that which you accomplished. Experience once more the grinding weight of the earth's fury, and revel in the memory of life flowing anew through the land you helped restore. With such thoughts, shall your understanding of nature continue to grow. I hope you are paying attention, Sylvie. See this adventurer here? Glyn came all the way from Stillglade Fane just to hear my lesson. You would do well to learn from her example if you wish to become a conjurer worthy of the name. You must make an effort to study nature. Do you attend me, young lady? Why should I bother studying nature? I can conjure already. See? You have a rare gift for healing, Sylvie. A wonderful gift. There is more to being a conjurer than... I don't want to be more. I want to heal. I'm good at healing. You can't make me do those other things. Sometimes I wonder why I even try. Sylvie joined the guild shortly before you came to us. As you yourself just experienced, she possesses a prodigious talent for healing. Indeed, despite her tender years, I know a few conjurers who are her equal in that field. Alas, nature, the very wellspring of her power, holds no interest for the child, and when she should by rights be learning about the land, she prefers instead to wander it, healing people on a whim. You, in contrast, have been a most attentive student. I have taught you all I know of the element of earth. You may report back to Brother Yumi-san, and tell him as such. Or as much, whatever. Alright. Let's go and turn myself into an archer. A yarcher. I guess defeat some more mightlings. While I'm at it. Since they are on my list. Me bloody list! There we go. Level up again. Oppo, oppo. These enemies are really annoying because they're ranged enemies, basically. So, a specific dungeon like Brave Flux's Longstop is ridiculously annoying because of these enemies. Mainly because of those enemies. Oh well. There's also Mitch Swarms I need to go and beat. I should probably take a look at my hunting log and see if there's anything else in North Shroud that I must needs to take care of in my hunting logs. Because the more I can do, the more I can level up, and the faster everything is going to go. You know what, I have a very weird feeling right now. I'm like, okay, the amount of talking that I need to do is taking its toll, let me say it like that. But I'm also like, dang, I want to continue. Let me go and put you up here somewhere. Let's go and kill the Mitch Swarms. The thing is, I do really just want to make progress on this. This is going to be like one of, if not the grindiest freaking thing that I'm gonna need to do in this playthrough, which is like leveling up the jobs. Like I said, one of. Because there are still some other really grindy things that I'm gonna need to do, but I feel like this is definitely like one of the things that's gonna in general just take a really long time. Right. So, what else is there even from hunting? Like, of course. Fuck you. Water sprouts in central. Okay, so there's still these in Central Shroud that I just missed. Let's see. Central Shroud, Central, North. Okay, let's go and switch back to my Conjurer. And defeat some of these Mitch Swarms. Ba ba boo ba ba da. I should be able to deal with these enemies. Level 9 is fine. I've defeated enemies 10 levels higher than me before. I wouldn't recommend it, but I've done it. Well, 10 levels? Maybe not. I think that may be like over exaggerating. Maybe like 8, but not 10. Right, I'm level 8 right now, and I don't have anything. Still level 15, that's level 12, okay. Let's see. Anything else in North Shroud? Yes. The micro chews. Which are the enemies I need for my quest 2. Man, Stone 1 feels so, like, unsatisfying. The opposite of satisfying to use. Also, we learned Repose, which can turn your enemies to sleep. Which, in very, very specific situations, can be useful. But otherwise, it's not particularly amazing. There we go. How many do I need to beat? 3. That's all I can do, just like sing along. Is that the best you can do? There we go. Right. And that is everything in Northride for that one. Mightlings, Oppos, and these buggers. Wow. Central, central, and then east. Right. Let's go and switch to Lancer. Oh, wait. Let me first go and actually do what I need to do over here. Just gonna get Raging Strikes going. So I can get some more power. I only need to beat 9 of these. Maybe I should fight the lower level ones though. Just to have an easier time. So you can technically use stuff like Leg Race to make it so that these guys can't reach you. And use their poison stiff. But it's honestly not that bad. In my most humblest of opinions. I only just noticed a walking animation. There we go. Right. So the Forest Twangors are all you need for from the, I guess, Central Shroud still, but and then my Lancer still needs a lot more. But the Lancer also needs to get stuff in other places. Let me go and get Life Surge going, and then use it on my strongest move, which at the moment is Vorpal Thrust, so. As I level up yet again. Right, that's all them dead. And then we have the Mightlings over here. No? Oh no, these are Machos. We have the Oppos over here. I need to take a look at my hunting log where these enemies are, because I don't know. Oh no, wait, I do know. I don't know where they are. They're at the Contra place. There we go. As we learn Second Wind. Up, up. There they are, Mightlings. The bloody Mightlings. Somehow I keep forgetting how fun Lancer / Dragoon is. Right. Central, 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 and east. Let's go and check one final time. Central, 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 and east. And then, you know, central, 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 and also more central. So, lots and lots of Central Shroud. Speaking of which, time to go through the Central Shroud. This episode is really long though. I think I'm gonna end off over here, my friends. And next episode we're gonna go and deal with even more of this. I hope you enjoyed this episode of just us playing Final Fantasy 14. Ooh. And yeah, we're just gonna continue. Fuck it. I'm gonna make another episode. Bye.